I want to get better at Minecraft, and assuming that maybe you are bad at Minecraft, or maybe I am bad at Minecraft, then I think today's video might help you, and probably me as well, actually. Today on this flat world, I'm going to start building what I like to call Minecraft Boot Camp. That's right, it's going to be absolutely amazing with everything you could possibly need to learn everything you could possibly need to know about Minecraft. Every skill, everything that you amazing stuff. It's going to be awesome. There's a few skills that I'd like to brush up on with Minecraft, and I think this thing will help me. And also, of course, maybe it'll help you along the way as well. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun, so let's begin. Basically, I'm going to build this whole thing on this flat world, and it's all going to be decorated up nice and everything. But, I mean, there's no way to start but by starting, so let's go ahead and start. A lot of times when people think of good Minecraft players, they think of people who know how to do these things, these water bucket landings, which I didn't do very well right there. One thing I'm going to do first is, just give me a second. Yes, I'm a pro. I'm an absolute pro. I only do that about half the time, by the way. The other half I completely miss and just go splat. Which is why the first thing I'm going to do is an exercise in learning how to do water bucket MLG landings. Yes, this one should be fairly easy. I'm going to start out with the core basics of it, which is just basically going to be teleport the nearest player. And so here we have a button, which just teleports you up into the sky. And now I've made it slightly fancier, so basically if I'm in survival mode, hit the button, then bam, I can practice my water bucket landings. I'm not actually sure if that's very high, though. Like, will I actually die from that height? I mean, I might now because I'm low on health, yeah. But at full health, let's see if I actually die from up there. Yes, okay, I do, good. Just making sure that you actually die from that. And I now appear to have created something that looks something like a hot tub, but if I just do this, then I can practice my water bucket landings, and I mean, it works, so there's the first part of it done, although I don't really like how it looks on the outside, so I'm going to kind of fix that up a little bit. So I've added two more difficulties now. Basically, this one in the middle is normal, and then on this side it's harder, and that side it's harder. I guess it didn't really progress upwards very well, but if I think it'll work, actually. If I push this button, then, yep, so that should work right there. So basically, if I push this button, I go up to, I think, 0 on the y-axis. If you push the middle one, you go up to -30, so much closer to the ground. And if you push this one, then you go, wait, okay, you know what, I think it actually isn't doing anything, and I think I know why it's not doing anything. But now, I do believe that you go higher. It's hard to tell if I'm actually going higher, so this one in the middle should bring you up to, I believe, -30. Yep, it sure does. And then this one here should bring you up to 0, I think. Yep, oh, wow, that is way higher. Okay, yeah, that would be harder. And then on this side, it should bring you up to +20, which is really high up, so you've got like less reaction time and such, but I'm going to go ahead and test this out, test out my little thing here. So I'm in survival mode now. I'm going to try this one first. So basically you push the button and then you go right into it, and there we go, landed that one just perfectly, of course, since I'm an absolute pro. But then this one right here, hit that one, and this one's higher, let's see if I can make it. Yes, I did it, let's go. Okay, and then the hard one over here brings you all the way up, I believe, I don't know, probably brings you like 80 blocks above the ground, but let's see if I can land it. Let's go. Yes, and I'm going to go ahead and hit it again just to make sure that there's nothing weird happening, and I do die if I hit the bottom. Yes, that means I'm a pro. And there we go. I think we have our first training set thing here set up, and it's actually really fun to use. Like, it's actually, I love just using it. It's fun. So yeah, I'm going to connect, of course, all the things I build are going to be connected with paths and stuff, but since this is the first one, then yeah, that's actually super fun right there, and I'm liking it. I'm liking how this is coming out already. So let's move on to the next one. And I think the next one I'm going to do is some nice parkour, because of course that is a skill that everyone needs to learn. And I'm just going to start with some simple jumps and stuff. Simple jumps, of course, to start with here, because if you're a complete noob starting out this course, then you don't want to get straight into the hard stuff, because, you know, only people who aren't good at Minecraft are going to be using this. Like, not me, of course, but just starting with a few simple jumps like this, and then they get a little bit harder. That is, oh, I just failed my own parkour one at the very beginning. But yeah, this should be very easy stuff. Like I was saying, very, very easy stuff, like this, and like this, and like this, and then we're going to get into some slightly harder stuff, so I'll kind of loop it around a little bit, like this. And with this one right here, then you can jump it pretty easily, but if you want to, you can flip this thing to make it a little bit easier. And up the ladder like this. And there we go. So the whole parkour thing is now done. And I will now display my ultra parkour skills by doing it first try in survival mode. Pretty easy stuff for most of it here. I might make a harder one, but like that. And like this. Up the ladder, up the ladder, up the ladder, and bam. And you're teleported straight back down to the bottom like this. Also a bed right here, so that pretty much if you do fall in lava, then you can easily come back right where you started. But this stuff, way too easy. I'm going to make another one right next to it, which is the same size and such, but it's going to be much, much harder. Oh no, what did I do? I accidentally completely filled a very large area with lava, it seems. Good thing I didn't accidentally obliterate the jump thing here. Oh well, I mean, I guess this totally does work. We just have the same lava pool with two different parkour things on top of it. And here we have the difficult parkour, which is quite a bit bigger than the other one, but I'm just going to try it real quick in survival mode for the first time. This may not go nearly as well as the other one did. Ooh. Lots and lots of iron bars used here for maximum difficulty, and also one little thing I know about is that you can flip that to make it easier later on. And then here we have a jump which is quite a bit harder. Oh no, that's a hard jump right there. That's about the longest that you can actually jump without, like, we can just jump without any jump boost. Oh my goodness, I fell off the first block. So I've changed it out for a chain right there, make it slightly easier to make the jump. Yeah, actually, it's kind of a lot easier, but anyway. And then up here, you might actually be able to somewhat cheat and actually get, like, jump from here to the other one. I don't think so, but I'm not sure how that would help anyway. And then here, and of course, this jump is, like, basically impossible. Maybe it actually is impossible without flipping that, although you might actually be able to reach it. Doesn't seem like you can reach it from here, so that's good. And yeah, from here on, it's pretty easy stuff. If you know how to land on top of the bars like this, then it's actually not hard to do this stuff. Because once you know how, the bars aren't hard to land on, and then bam, we come back in a not quite expected location. Bam, there we go. So now we have working parkour setups. Not sure how hard these are, you know, they aren't insanely hard or anything, but, you know, for someone who actually wants to learn how to do this stuff, then it'll be fairly challenging, I think. So there we go. We have three, sort of, two and a half-ish kind of setup things here. So, I mean, we need to continue to the next one now, I guess. The next one I think I want to do over here is a mob fighting one. I want to do like a sort of a skills of PvP kind of stuff, basically, but not PvP though. It's going to be PvM, I guess, player versus mob. But basically, it's just going to be a building back here. I think it needs to be a building probably because, also I'm building everything out of quartz just because quartz looks kind of cool and laboratory-like and such. And I'd say this works pretty well as a building that we can do stuff in. A nice big laboratory type thing. Actually, all it's going to ever be used for is probably going to just be the mob fighting thing. But it is actually fairly cool, even if I do say so myself. But basically, the way I want this to work is there's going to be a smallish room area here for you to suit up. And then you go through, and basically when you stand on a pressure plate to go through, it'll sort of activate the system. And then bunches of mobs will just be dispensed into here, and you have to fight them all. And basically just, you know, practice fighting pretty much. Alright, so I've now finished up some of the redstone. I think I haven't actually tried it yet, so I'm not sure if it's going to work exactly as planned. But basically I can go through the door, right-click the bed here, although I do need to go into survival mode. But yeah, there we go, right-click the bed. And then as soon as I push this button here, bam, then I should get all my gear, and I can do this, and then the zombies start spawning over there. And then but only a limited number should spawn. So this actually doesn't seem like a bad amount. I'm not really sure how many are going to come out, but it seems like you know, a handful, an amount to fight came out, but not tons, and that was kind of hard to figure out. But yeah, pretty much you get bread, and you get an iron sword, and you just have to fight. But yeah, all the timings and stuff, and there's like huge redstone thingamajiggers out back. I'll show you in a second after I win. There we go. So yeah, actually, I think that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good, and then pretty much every time you push the button, then it'll send out that many. I was like, what? I'm not sure, 20 or something. Oh my goodness, there's a lot in there. I'm not sure exactly why those are there, but apparently not all of them actually came through, so we'll have to go see. But here's the redstone. As you can see out here, it's just a lot of pulse extenders going absolutely everywhere, and pretty much one pulse extender to do that and to like turn the clock on, and the other redstone extender here is to unlock this hopper to feed items through. So I think, okay, so that's empty. That can't be opened right now, but there's lots in there. So if I push let's see, I could get a button. So if I pretty much push the button here to simulate that a push happened there, then pretty much bunches of them come through. So we got 7, 8, 9, 10 coming through. And it stops at 11. Obviously, that clock must not have, or that one must not have gone. Oh, there's only 3 in here. That's weird. That one dies really fast. What is this? Oh, I've got some stuff happening here that isn't quite right. Okay, so we push the button. Bam, that thing shoots across, and it should stay for quite a while. Those are popping out as fast as they're coming in, and what I want to see is how many. Okay, only 2 got left over. How many are in here? Quite a few. I mean, this is about the number that we saw a minute ago. And I've pretty much, if you want to get out, then you can just walk over here, drop down, it automatically clears your inventory for you, and then you can just walk up these stairs and you've escaped. I don't think zombies will actually go down that unless you push them down, because they won't actually, like, they won't try, they'll try to avoid holes, so I think it'll work. Although I am going to put a trapdoor over it like that, just so that you can walk over it and stuff, and zombies can walk over it without it actually affecting anything. Pretty much now, push button, you should have just about enough time to put on your armor and stuff, get your inventory sorted out, and bam, oh yeah, and the occasional baby one, of course, will come as well. I wonder, I might should give them a shield as well. Oh, this is going very well. Oh, no. Whew. They're actually pretty hard to fight in large numbers like this. I think there should be more of them now, because I think some of them weren't coming through, or something weird was happening. But yeah, this is quite a crowd right here that you have to kind of learn to fight. Oh no, I'm not doing well. Ugh, escape. I'm just gonna, okay, leave the game. No, it didn't work. Oh well, okay, well anyway, that's pretty fun though. So yeah, I think this actually came out pretty good. It doesn't really look that great. Maybe I should make the building look a little bit nicer, but I mean, yeah, so there we go. There's another piece of our training course all set up. The next one I'm going to do, though, is archery. So pretty much you can test your bow skills and kind of get them all polished up again if you're a little rusty with the bow. And this should be pretty easy. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of build a bit of a rail right here, sort of the line where you start out. And then I'm going to put a bunch of target blocks down at the end here so that you can actually see if you've hit them. So here's the general idea of it. Basically, there's one at 20 blocks, one at 35 blocks, and one at 50 blocks, and you just have to shoot the target, and when you do, then the lamp will light up. Although I missed the first shot, I missed the second shot too. And there we go, finally got one to light up there. And then that was the 20-yard shot, basically. Here's the 35 block shot, if I can just do it. I'm not that great with my bow. There we go, got that one. And then the 50 block shot should be fairly difficult, way out there. There we go, and I got it actually. So yeah, that's pretty much how it is. I'm going to make this place look a bit better, though. But, I mean, it's kind of as simple as that, though. But, of course, I'll have to provide the bows and stuff here. And I just realized something very, very nice. I accidentally spaced the targets perfectly with this piece of wood, this wood pole I made right here, which makes me very happy. And if you just push this button right here, then nothing happens. Just a second. So, as I was saying, if you push the button, you get a bow and 64 arrows, so you can just practice your shots right here. And, I mean, that's pretty much all you need. I mean, you just shoot at the things and practice your bow skills from just standing still targets. And I just made it look a little bit nicer by putting some gravel around and some bone meal, throwing bone meal around and stuff to make all this grass. It just makes it look like a nice little spot right here. So I had an interesting idea for a sort of a skeleton fighting kind of thing that you could try doing. So I set up this thing down there where pretty much skeletons spawn as soon as any of them die, or as soon as they're all dead, then another one will spawn immediately. So I can just kind of see how this works. It was kind of a weird idea, but pretty much you can sort of like practice pulling your shield up, wait until they shoot, and then you can shoot at them. We'll just see kind of what happens once I take one of them down. I don't have any armor on it, which I should probably provide armor, but we can also test the mechanism to make sure. Okay, another one spawned there. Come on. Oh. Oh. Ow, ow, ow. Ooh, okay, I got that one. And then you can see another one comes. And that's just set up with pressure plates and a command block. But, I mean, that seems like it'd be a good thing. I mean, it's kind of hard to do there, so I think that might be good. But now, pretty much, if I just push this button right here, and I made it so it would give you a chest plate, because it seemed like the skeletons were a little too powerful. But then, pretty much, you can just sort of suit up, and then you can head in there to try fighting the skeletons. And you have to, time your attacks and stuff. And there's two of them in there. Skeletons aren't really that easy to fight, so you have to kind of do everything. Although, that one seems to be helping me out at this point. Maybe that could be one tactic you could use. But anyway, though, just like, skeleton fighting stuff, and they just keep coming, but whenever you're done, you can just, they do seem to get angry at each other pretty often, which is really funny. I think this place is coming along really great. We've got a water bucket drop challenge thing, we've got 2 different parkour things, we've got mob fighting, we've got archery, we've got skeleton fighting, but this is only episode 1 of this, guys. I am unfortunately going to have to end it for today, but this is only part 1. I'm going to make this place amazing with every type of skill that you might ever want to learn in Minecraft. And these are only the first few, so tell me if you like this down in the comments, and if you really want to, I could probably give you a world download for this up till now, although of course I will add more stuff. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll be back probably next week with part 2 of this, so I'll see you next time. Goodbye!